having an issue with this, or, maybe this isn't working. And as part of being a coach, I can, I kind of steer them in the right direction. Now, I can't give medical advice since I'm not a doctor.
Right.
And I'm not a nutritionist, so they would have to work with their diet. But I'm working on getting nutrition cert and also a personal training cert.
All right.
As well, so I can be qualified to do those things. But right now, as of today, technically I can't do that kind of stuff.
Right. Let's say that Robin is one of your clients, and she's she's trying to lose weight, and she's coming to you this week, and she ate she binged out on cheeseburgers one day.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that?
Were you following me around?
Yeah, I was at Five Guys the same day you were.
Well, first thing, what I would do is I would say, okay, that was one day, and it was just one day. It's not going to totally blow everything up. So now we need to work past, okay, so you had this one day. Now what are you going to do to counteract what you did that one day? What can you do? So you just kind of start work through that. Okay, well, this week, okay, since I did that, I'm going to have to work on my diet. I'm going to have to really hit it hard. Or I'm going to have to work on, say you have an exercise plan that's not working for you. Then I could say, okay, instead of doing this, you can try this, and maybe you get better results.
Do you allow? I'm sorry, Robin. Do you allow people to kind of have a cheat day where you got to do this, and then?
Well, I mean, it's not a strict diet. I mean, we're I understand people are adults and they make their own choices.
Yeah.
But if you want the results, you have to. I mean, I have days where I've not necessarily fall off the wagon, but where I say, you know what, I'm going to go to a party and I'm going to eat this.
Yeah.
But I know my body that, okay, I can eat that, but I can't overindulge. And it's getting past that. That's the tough part. It's the mental part.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Of the weight loss.
That's what I think that you would be great at as far as coaching is the mental part of it, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think that through? Why did you fall off the wagon, or why did you cheat?
What trigger do you have?
Right. That would make you do
that
something.
would make you do something like that. One of the clients I'm working with now has got a trigger that we're working through with her. It's a tough trigger because through the week, she does whatever she can, and she does what she's supposed to do. But it's like as soon as the weekend hits, she has issues, and then it shows up on the scale. Right. So we're working through that right now.
All right, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we want to talk to Joe about things that he can do to help his business along, because you certainly have the story. You've got the business set up, and now you're looking for clients, and he needs to make this thing run. And be successful. So we'll come back and talk to him more. You're listening to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. Welcome back to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. Joe Strecker is our guest today. He is a producer of our show and others here at 55 KRC. And Joe has gone through quite the life challenge, haven't you? Lost over 200 pounds.
And as I've said, it's not there's no finish line. It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be going through any tape saying I did it.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be doing this the rest of my life.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Really good point.
All right, Robin, we've got like 10 and a half minutes
to
help him become successful in this business, right?
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. Okay, well, you have your website. We already talked about you have your LLC. You have a sloppy business plan.
Yes.
That's good. That's all right. At least you have that. Even if it's in your mind at this point, maybe getting it down in writing. I actually have a template I can send you. You can fill out. It's a one-pager that kind of helps you set some direction.
Right.
One thing that we talked about last week offline when we weren't doing the show was creating maybe a Facebook community, because Joe hasn't mentioned it, but he has more than just one job, and along with this business, he has a lot of other obligations outside of just doing the radio show. He has some other things that he works on as well. So he's like, I really want to make this a group effort.
I want to make a group effort,
and that's why he even named it the team.
Yeah, my website, Facebook, everything. It's Team 470. 470 for my maximum weight, and a team, because I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about a community. If I can help one person, and then that person can then help the next person, help the next person. Then instead of it being just one person, it's a whole group of people helping everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, too, one thing that you need to focus on is who is your target audience. And I like that you said you've partnered with the doctor that you worked with before.
Yeah.
Because he'll be sending people very similar to your case, right?
Right?
You're not necessarily, and maybe you are, but tell me if I'm wrong, but you're not necessarily working with the stay-at-home mom who wants to lose 10 pounds. Maybe you are, and you probably could. But I think your biggest help at this point would be somebody who wants to lose 100 pounds or more,
Right.
or 50 pounds, or maybe
Right.
50 to 100 pounds or
Right.
more. And you can understand and relate to their situation.
Yeah, right. Those who right now they are extremely overweight and they're just at a loss.
Right.
I can't go to the amusement park with my kids. I can't keep up with my I can't walk my dog anymore. Those people that really, really need help are the ones that I really want to focus on.
Right. And one thing that we talked about, Tom, last week was setting up a private Facebook community for Joe, for him and his team, because I think people might not want to be public about it on Facebook.
That's a good point.
But if it's a private conversation with people who are just like you in this group, I think that would be a really good way for them to start sharing their stories. And I think it's almost like an AA situation, right? If you know you're about to do something you shouldn't do, or you ate
Right.
too, you can pick up the phone, or you can jump on Facebook and say, "Hey, I need help. Somebody talk me off the ledge. I don't want to, I
Right.
don't want to do what I'm about to do," because it's a life or death situation for some of these people.
Some of these people, I mean, as soon as they fall off, because I'm diagnosed as have a binge eating disorder, so. If I have an issue, if I have one bad day, I mean, say I have one bad day at work, or if I have one bad day at home, I could completely fall off.
Right. And then they might stay off track for a really long time if you don't have somebody
right.
to support you.
Right.
So that's kind of what we kind of thought would be a really good program for him.
Yeah. So you talk about that though. You said you could fall off and have one bad day, and
then it could be it could be
way.
a snowball rolling down a hill.
Yeah.
It could be.
Who's your coach?
But that's
You're self-coached,
right.
I guess.
I'm kind of like self-coaching myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I went to a psychologist and he's given me tips on what to do with that.
Yeah.
But right now I'm still kind of self-coaching, and I still have the access to Dr. Lovett. So
yeah.
Right.
If I have issues there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would even think creating this Facebook page could be a support for you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you even said it in your website that this is a group effort. You're not there just to tell them, but you're there to help support each other.
Yeah. One of the things that I offer is 24/7 access, and because you never know when you're going to get 3:00 in the morning on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You have an issue now. If we have a group, if we have a team, someone somewhere is awake. I mean, I tried my best to stay awake 24 hours, but I do have to sleep sometime. But, I do my best to try to help everybody no matter what time of the day.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So the private Facebook
I think the
community,
private Facebook community would be a good place to start for sure.
that's a good way to help, his core people, but to find new people, what are your thoughts there?
So then to find new people, the same thing. Facebook is huge. Everybody's on Facebook at some point during the day, especially probably people very similar to your target audience is probably on Facebook, I would assume. And so you can create ads that are not an ad, like you could tell your story. I would start telling your story, but then you boost it or you post an ad. You do the Facebook actual ad so that they can hear your story. And then they can join the Facebook community from that ad, so you can get more and more people. I think the next thing you have to really figure out, what are your services? How are you going to monetize this business? And I know you have a coaching fee per hour, and that's I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right, yeah.
And that's more for like meeting them. And would you say that you're going to be like working out at the gym with them, or is that more of meeting with them and talking through?
That's just meeting and talking with them.
Okay.
I can help out, like say if they say, hey, I really need a gym partner or something, and if I could fit it in my schedule, yeah. I mean, but
your idea of your coaching is to meet one-on-one and just have discussions.
Right.
Okay.
All right. What about some of these other organizations like business organizations like BNI, Business Networking International, where they have different groups of folks from all industries getting together once a week. They have a meeting, and for the sole purpose, basically, of passing referrals from each other. I'm involved in one. I don't know if you've ever been involved in any in the past, but for my business, they're great because everybody's looking to buy insurance. So it may not be that everybody there is going to be the best referral partner for you, but there's going to be some. And we see different wellness industries that are represented in those organizations from time to time.
Okay.
So I wonder if it would make sense to visit with some of those groups. There's probably 20 or 30 of them around the greater Cincinnati area that meet, in the morning or afternoon, whenever they meet. But it might make sense to check one of those out.
Okay.
You can go a couple times as a visitor. And I know that most of those chapters, those 20, 30-plus chapters in greater Cincinnati are all planning. Right now they're planning a visitor day. Usually they take place in April and May. And it might make sense to check out some of those.
Right.
Sometimes you can get some referrals without even joining the organization. I've seen people that come and they offer to sub for folks, basically. And it might be a way that you can kind of check out the organization, see if you think it might be a good fit for you. And I would be really surprised if you didn't get some type of traction from going to those things. Because those people, for the most part, they're really invested in helping the other members there grow their businesses.
Okay.
So that might be something
Right. So whether it's a referral, even just help you to figure out what you should do next would be great. Another thing that you might want to consider is looking into influencer marketing, where you find people who are helping others online with weight loss, or they might have a product, and then you partner with that person so that they can refer you, or at least you can kind of connect to their community. So they can't help every single individual. If they have 1 million followers, they can't do it. Influencers are larger base, have large followings, and they usually sell products typically. So you could partner with them, or at least be part of that program, and people would see you that way.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, you're not selling any products at this time.
No,
You're
not
selling
yet.
your
Not yet.
service. Okay.
I did suggest him to do some affiliate marketing on the site. That he has some products that he does use
Yeah,
and
there's
like.
products that I do use. Yes.
Okay. We had, was it Shannon Villalba last week on the show of Heim Wellness.
Yes.
And I know they're having a big event at Crossroads Mason, I believe. I forget the date, but it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, in the next few weeks, I think.
And they have folks that do anything from hypnotherapy to crystal therapy to, what do you call it? Essential oils and all different types of holistic wellness products and therapies and things like that. And I know you talked to her for a little bit afterwards. That might be she felt like your service might be a real good fit for what they're doing too. So that'd be a good community.
Definitely.
Meetups. What about these meetups that you see every place?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked. Meetup.com. Have you?
I have not checked out Meetup.
Yeah, so Meetup.com might have weight loss groups for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely think they would.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Have you heard of Meetup.com?
I have not checked that out now.
Yeah. So
first time I saw it, I thought it was like a singles type
but
thing,
it's,
but
yeah,
it's not.
It's not.
Different businesses or organizations or kayaking clubs or whatever it might be.
It's just it's based on like an activity that people like to do, and they just want to find somebody to do it with them.
Yeah. So write that down, Joe. Meetup.
Meetup.com.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is that what it is? Meetup.com.
Meetup.com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's hundreds of them.
Yeah. All kinds. You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might even find like a walking group. Maybe that would be something that would be.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's also on my plan is I want to start a walking group. Mm-hmm. That's one of the that's one of the things because I do that every Saturday. I do a long walk, and right now it's just me and one other person. So
is that right? You could get in his walking group, and it would be like walking with Yoda. Because he's got the knowledge.
And I walk that slow.
That's right.
Yeah.
He'd walk slow. He'd tell the story.
Yep. Get a cane. So.
Well, we're going to kind of keep track. We're out of time. Believe it
Oh,
or not.
are we really?
You know what's funny? When he's a guest, he doesn't hold up his fingers like how many minutes are left.
He's too busy talking.
I lost track of time.
Uh-oh.
I was watching.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to have to go. Joe, give the contact information again for 470.
Team470.com, Team470 on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I have all those. And my email address is jstrecker@55krc.com.
All right. Kudos to you and congratulations and continued growth and success.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity.
We'll be checking in with you every week.
That's right.
All right. Until next week, I'm Tom Tassett.
I'm Robin Antone.
And we want you to go out there and be an American dreamer.